It's over for everybody. Moo Deng, the baby pygmy hippo, cancelled. KSI and Logan Paul's new Lunchly product, cancelled. Haley Welch, the Hawk Tuah girl, has a podcast, cancelled. A $1,000 fursuit that's in my Amazon cart for some reason, I mean, I should see if it fits first, right?
That's a lot of nuts!
Let's get started. There are tremendous amounts of backlash to a bunch of different pieces of news that have occurred over the week, so I figured we'd just do one big episode of everybody's losing their mind. Moo Deng, the Thai pygmy hippo that everybody has fallen in love with because of her shenanigans. She's been added to the UFC. I do not know how anybody is gonna submit a hippo, but good luck, Dagestan. Has apparently started a bit of beef with some sort of gigantic penguin by the name of Pesto. Move over, Moo Deng. Pesto is the fat penguin stealing hearts, Chonky King, says the New York Post. It's official. We are officially in a new cycle of nothing but cynicism. We can't exist in a world where there's an adorable baby hippo somewhere in Asia and there's a gigantic absolute unit of a fuzzy penguin somewhere down in Sydney. No, they have to go 1v1. You have to pick a side. Everything is political. Zoos don't even matter anymore. Have you considered for one moment that I, somebody in the United States who can only appreciate these animals overseas through the pictures that I see on Twitter, might enjoy seeing Moo Deng, the baby pygmy hippo, as well as Pesto the penguin? I can like both of these things. I don't want them to fight. This feels like mom and dad are fighting, except this time I don't need to blast Linkin Park through my earphones to drown it out while I play Halo 2. Katy Perry visited the viral penguin last night. This penguin only started going viral like yesterday, and she's already trying to get PR pictures with it, and you don't have any pictures with Moo Deng, the baby hippo? This is why your album sucks. My apologies. It's been almost 3 minutes and I haven't tried to sell you anything yet. Gamer subs. As of 3 p.m. today, the 27th, which means if you're watching this video, the sale is live and you're one of the first people to see their brand new Pixel Cups collection. I'm wearing their t-shirt. My wife has already stolen the sweatpants and sweatshirt that come in the collection, and there's a brand new Pixel themed cup, LED coaster, and LED mouse pad. The cup has a dope ass cityscape and it's got all of their little products and stuff on it, and when you put it on the LED coaster, it lights up in different colors. Look at all the little things, it's so sick! Supplies are limited, but if you guys want to get any of the new flavors, the sweatshirts, the shirt that I'm wearing currently, there is a link in my description. Use code Sumito for 10% off anything that you order, and I thank you in advance. Also, if you think the artwork is dope, you can actually download a live wallpaper of the artwork for free. It doesn't cost you $50 a year. Let's talk about that $50 a year wallpaper app launched by Marques Brownlee that I just talked about earlier this week as one of the other big pieces of cancellation that seems to be hitting basically everybody on the internet at this point. As of earlier this week, actually before I even made my video, Marques Brownlee had already responded to the feedback and the criticism that his new app Panels received after he announced it in his latest video on his Twitter. Part of building in public is getting mass feedback, blah blah blah. First thing we're doing is fixing the excessive data disclosures. A lot of people were concerned with the amount of requirements that the app requested. You know how you'll download like a calculator and it'll request access to your camera and your location? You're like, why? I've never really thought about this too much because it feels like if your app is going to access the internet and then also serve you ads, it's probably going to ask for a bunch of different requirements. You'd ideally not want it to know your location or have access to your contacts, but I've always just considered this as like a blanket apps just need access to this sort of stuff, but a lot of people complained about it, and Marques explains that they'll be dialing that back to the best of their ability. He also states that as far as the pricing is concerned, he hears you, it's their own personal challenge, they're going to deliver the sort of value for the premium version that people are expecting, and they'll be dialing back the ad frequency for the free experience. This means that ideally you won't need to sit through two 30-second ads in order to download a 1080p version of a wallpaper from his wallpaper app, but it seems as though he is standing firm on his $50 a year, or at full price something like $12 a month without the discount in order to continue to use the app, which, you know, devil's advocate a little bit. If you're going to set up a pricing scheme, you really can't set it up in a way where you're going to charge people more as you add more features to it. You kind of have to decide, listen, when everything is said and done, this is going to cost 12 bucks a month. So at the start, it's got to cost 12 bucks a month, because if you start everybody off at $3 a month for unlimited wallpapers, and then a year down the road, you want to start doing animated stuff or add new things that cost more money, people aren't going to be happy randomly paying $15 a month down the road. So you kind of got to bite the bullet and send it now. But even with that in mind, and the fact that he's sharing half the revenue split with the artists that make the wallpaper, which is a great move, it's still $50 a year at least for an app that lets you download wallpapers, and the comments reflect as much. Bro, your innovation that you brought to the market was a wallpaper app. lmao, a wallpaper app. To which Marquez responds, dude, the target market for this is insanely small. Most people don't download a wallpaper app, and for those who have been asking for it, this is for them. If you're into it, cool. If you're not, don't worry about it. Which I was gonna say, I would imagine that the reason that there is this sort of a pricing scheme alongside it is because it was kind of, you know, gonna become like the Marquez Brownlee, the MKBHD app. Basically acting like a newsletter where maybe you get extra information and blog posts about his upcoming videos and updates about phones that he wasn't able to fit into a video that you could then have premium access to on the app. But no, it looks like it's going to be $50 a year for wallpapers, and only wallpapers, according to this one tweet that I'm reading way too far into. I think most people are disappointed with the fact that you bought an IP developed in 2021, slapped a logo on it, and then shipped it with a price tag, to which Marquez Brownlee basically just states that all of that is false. They did grab the username from an already existing handle that was made in 2021, but the app in its entirety was built from scratch, according to him. So, hey, at least it's not as bad as Pokemon's Cookies, which was just a rebranding of a product that already existed. But aside from that, it looks like Marquez is basically just doubling down on the fact that the app is going to cost that much, and it's going to be him selling wallpapers through the app for that price. So what more can you say? Ideally, we would be in a situation where there is something that we didn't know that turned out to be the reason that it would cost as much as it did. Like I mentioned beforehand, it becoming some sort of MKBHD app that is sort of the hub for a bunch of other things, premium videos, you know, akin to like a Patreon or something, but through an app. But it sounds like no. Wholly original artwork, he's probably paying artists to be able to develop wallpapers and who knows what else, and wants to be able to set up a feed for people to be able to give money and then receive that sort of premium artwork, and it's not being received super well. Speaking of not being received super well, KSI has not shut up about the criticism that he has received on his Lunchables competitor that he's been investing in alongside Logan Paul and MrBeast. KSI would quote retweet Marquez Brownlee's announcement on Twitter with the same words that Dan TDM said to him when he announced his Lunchables product. What happened to YouTubers? I can't say anything anymore. They're selling stuff simply to sell crap to kids. Do better. KSI states some dumbass YouTuber said this exact same to me the other day. Rather than complaining, crying, or trying to cancel a YouTuber for creating a product, here's an idea. If you don't want/like a product, just don't buy it. Simple. Just an hour ago, he would also tweet, a lot has happened in the past few days online, so here I am addressing everything below with a link to myapology.co.uk, which just links to a streaming website that allows you to listen to his latest music. Classy move, KSI. And to an extent, he's right. If you make a product and nobody likes it, they don't necessarily need to go on massive social media campaigns trying to get it canceled if it isn't actively doing damage or something like that. Wouldn't it be more convenient for everybody who saw these guys posting a tremendous amount of promotional material about their new Lunchables product to just shut up if they don't like it? Yeah, I guess that'd be convenient for you guys, but because the entire reason that this thing is even going to be successful is because the people that see the product and the videos that you're making are going to be talking about it and hyping you up as creators, you need to also be ready if people decide they don't like it or don't like you and then end up sharing negative feedback about the claims that you're making about it. Social media marketing works both ways. If more people appreciated the stuff you guys were doing, Or if at the very least you weren't shrouded in controversy with all three of you having major drama headlines every other week, then maybe you wouldn't be getting so much criticism about your product that isn't anything spectacular. Or at the very least, do what you're saying you're doing. If you're gonna call it a healthier alternative to Lunchables, you're telling me MrBeast with all the money in the world can't take his chocolate bar company and make some sort of granola bar with fruits, nuts, and fiber? You guys own a drink company and the best you could do is electrolytes? You couldn't even do a prebiotic yogurt or something? Like an actual nutritional beneficial thing that isn't offered by Lunchables? Nah, you should buy ours because Logan Paul's in the WWE and check it out, we have queso. Fucking idiots. Why are you tweeting so much? One retired Minecraft YouTuber said that the product that you were making felt empty and soulless, a cash grab for kids, which it is. You're not gonna revolutionize school lunches by making something that already exists with your branding on it. I don't care how much better the queso is. Bro has been making reaction after responses, quote retweeting the Marquez Brownlee situation, so you're now genuinely punching down on unrelated creators' endeavors in the space just to make yourself feel better. Don't think I need to reiterate why Logan Paul is a bad guy. KSI, for whatever reason, has decided to become the mouth of the operation, responding to everybody and then removing comments on his subreddit, while Jimmy removes comments on his Lunchly promotion on his YouTube channel. It's clear that they're trying to do damage control and doing an extremely bad job at it. But to be fair, MrBeast has a lot of other things on his plate at the moment. Las Vegas staff says MrBeast should be blacklisted, cites OSHA and the medics were set for failure. This is clearly just responding to the production of the Beast games, the collaborative endeavor between Amazon and MrBeast to make the biggest reward game show possible, which has been met with a tremendous amount of backlash, both because of this new piece of news, as well as the fact that certain contestants seem to be suing the production due to mishandlement and sexual mistreatment by the staff during the production. We had a guy come up to us with a sleeping bag, and his sleeping bag was covered in excrement, said the contestant Wrangler Kara on the third day of the competition. The contestant had slept near one of the portable restrooms on the stadium field, so the porta potty had obviously overflowed, said Kara, who only saw the portable restrooms emptied once throughout the entire production. According to Kara, a MrBeast producer ordered a contestant Wrangler to clean the mess and threatened termination when the worker expressed reluctance. That's a major OSHA violation, said Kara. You don't ask people to clean porta potties like that. I'm sure some of you guys are thinking, so what? It's the biggest cash prize in any reality TV show ever. Obviously, they're not going to make it easy for you to win the money. But this isn't the equivalent of Fear Factor, where they had people drinking horse semen to try to win $50,000. This would be the equivalent of Joe Rogan going up to somebody working a camera and telling them that he needs him to jerk off 500 horses, and when he says no, threatening to fire him. As if that wasn't enough, just earlier today, Rosanna Panzino, you remember her, the baking YouTuber who got a tremendous amount of backlash for saying that Jimmy's YouTuber-fueled cash prize competition video wasn't fair and they worked to try to make Logan Paul the winner in an unfair manner, just released a video with a collaboration by Dogpack404, the guy who's been making all the videos trying to cancel MrBeast, exposing a number of things that you should also probably be mad about. This is like when Aaron and Armin teamed up to take down the Colossal Titan. It's so good. I watched all of Attack on Titan over the weekend, by the way. That's why it's on my mind. The video is about 30 minutes long, and I recommend you watch the entirety of it if you care about the situation, but the main points to take away from it is that there is video footage that Dogpack released to Rosanna that shows MrBeast gambling illegally. I don't know if this is because he's gambling in a place where he shouldn't be, or if he was underaged at the time. I've been seeing comments stating both. Mark Rober can be seen in this illegal gambling video for just a few seconds as he slinks off camera as he realizes somebody is recording. As a dude who is very notably Mormon, this is probably not something he would want to be caught up in. And another major point that they have is that they have been faking some videos that they have put on the Philanthropy MrBeast channel. I don't want to make that sound as if he isn't giving away money to charities and doing good as he has been, but evidently he has been using CGI to buff up some of the improvement endeavors that they've been making it seem as if they've made more changes than they actually did using video manipulation. The MrBeast situation is something I'm getting tired of talking about at this point, but just understand that it is still very much a developing matter that is only getting worse and worse as time goes on. So is it really that tough to see that somebody like KSI, who is just going berserk on Twitter after the smallest bit of criticism about his new product, or Logan Paul, who has NFT rug pulled millions of dollars away from people, or MrBeast, who can't even be trusted to do the right thing and tell the truth when his video is about giving away money and helping other people's lives, that he still feels the need to lie even in that situation, that these guys probably aren't doing the absolute best they could be with their Lunchables competitor? No, I think it's completely fair that anybody addressing the situation meet it with a bit of criticism. If you don't like the product, just don't buy it. It's not that simple. Are we gonna wait for you guys to scam away millions of dollars for like the 50 millionth time before somebody comes up and decides to start being critical about it? You don't have that track record anymore, my guy. Maybe the only correct thing to do is speak up when we see shady businessmen continue to make what we can only assume is shady businesses. My head hurts from talking about all this drama for so long. I'm gonna go watch some videos of Moo Deng playing in a pool. That always seems to calm me down. Remember to go buy some gamer subs with my link in the description. The new products are launched soon. And a big thank you to the patrons scrolling in the back. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Subscribe to this if you want to see my videos coming out every single day. And I will catch you guys on Monday. Peace.